again, we said this before in another podcast. You can't change people.
Don't ignore the red flags.
They don't ignore the red flags at all. Again, you can't change people. So if you know that, okay, it seems like my dude, he likes to always, be in the club. He likes to always, be around girls. Like he likes to always do this and that. Don't think because you're with him, it's going to change. Because that's been him. That's been him for 10, 15, however long he's been doing that. So to be like, hey, stop that because you're with me, actually on a certain level, and this is going to be a hot take, so it's probably going to be on a video. On a certain level, it's actually very selfish. It's very selfish to try to impose your ideologies and thoughts on another person just because you feel like it's wrong when they've been doing that their whole life. Because honestly, they don't see it as wrong. I know a bunch of dudes who will openly go to clubs, go to bars, they'll talk to girls, they'll dance with them. They won't touch them. They won't leave with them or anything like that. But their girls hate it, right? And vice versa. I know a bunch of girls who go out, go to clubs, they'll dance with a dude and everything like that. They won't have him try to touch them, aggressively or sexually, anything like that. But they're with their girls, they're having a good time, and then they'll leave, and their dude at home can't stand that shit. And I'm like, I always look at it, I'm like, all right, so how long y'all been together? So at a point, I'm pretty sure you were that dude trying to dance with her in the club, right? So you had to know that this was her, right?
Right.
So you chose to keep going. So you can't be like angry now. Like you can't be Mr. Insecure Man. There's that anger. It's really just like, it's internal anger that they can't, like, instead of like looking at themselves being like, oh yeah, I did pick this person. Nah, I'm gonna just be mad at you for not changing to the person I want you to be. Which happens so much. That's why there's so many like breakups and shit like that, because people want people to be their versions of what they should be. Yeah. Like the whole like, oh, I want to be with the bad boy or the bad girl, and like I could change them. If they're with me, I could make them for the better, and I see all the potential what they could be. So like, no, most of the time that's who they are right there. Like their potential is right there. And it's funny that term, I want to be with like a bad boy and everything like that. 9 times out of 10, them niggas pussy. Like to be dead honest. To be dead honest, like them be the worst suckers. Oh yeah, they'll run. They cops come, they start crying. I've seen it happen. It's fucking gross. Like all this shit, right? And it's like, why do y'all think this is like a real thing? Or like, why do you think because he has some Mickey Mouse tattoos that just makes him he's so tough? Oh God, he's so dangerous. He's different. Oh my God. He can protect me with his tattoos. Be the first niggas. They jump out and they fight for him. It's crazy as a superpower. Be the first niggas calling the police. Help! Help! Using you as a human shield and shit. First niggas getting choked in the club. See, most of the time, like actual tough like people don't even look like it, because they don't need the feel to like look like it. They just are. So whatever. Like, and it's just. Yeah, it's basically women's fault. Title of the episode. It's y'all fault. Like, this is all y'all fault. No, but I think she opened a real interesting conversation just because I know we're all dumping on her. Yeah. But men do the same shit. Yeah. They do the exact same shit. And way worse, too, because when they take it out on their significant other, that's how you get domestic violence and abuse and all that shit. Oh, damn. I wasn't even going to go that far. I was like, they start fucking other bitches. But oh, that too. That too. Yeah. Okay. They hit people, too. But, yeah, like, usually when men, they feel that insecurity, that in their mind means, okay, I have to go find some chick and fuck her. Because and then they always justify like, oh, I just knew that I loved my girl as soon as I was fucking someone else. As soon as I busted that nut, I was like, oh, I love the clarity. Girl. You do get clarity though. I want to say that you do get some clarity when you bust a nut. It's like it's this weird thing. I would never do that. I never cheated. I don't believe in it. But I never cheated, but I've been the I cheated once. Well, you just said it right now. You said that you never cheated. No, I'm always thinking of like a specific relationship. Right. I never cheated in that one, but I did in previous, like just once though. But he's a nigga that girls cheat on. Oh,
on their dude with. All right.
See, I just, oh, man, like all that stuff, like it's one of the reasons I don't want to be in a relationship, because I just feel like people should just do what they want. If they want attention from other people, cool. Like I am cool with that because we're not officially together. So do what you want. Just like let me know if something happens. Like don't come in my bed if you were just in someone else's bed. Like,
man,
kind of shit.
You know how the world would be so much easier if shit was that easy.
Oh yeah, it would. Yeah, I know it's not. It's very like even you have trouble wrapping your head around what I do sometimes, which is saying a lot because Dwayne is pretty fucking smart up there and like could grasp a lot of concepts.
I'm like, all right, man. Like, and then there's points where I'm just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Then like, and there's with this like with the way we, I guess, do relationships these days and things like that, we normalize shit that isn't normal, and we like, again, I feel like it's a red flag is after you're with your girl and she decides that she needs to continue to go to the club 8 million times. If you are in a club person and you are okay with that, then you have signed up for a life of that, so you can't complain.
Yeah.
Me and Mark are very big components of don't fucking complain if you don't want to make any changes.
Yeah.
All right. Don't fucking complain about it then. All right. If your dude, if you're a woman and your dude, you know, if he I don't know, what's something.
Is a lazy, like super lazy, doesn't do anything. I don't know.
Okay. Here's a big one. If your dude has a lot of female friends.
Oh, okay.
All right. When you guys met, he had female friends.
Hey, Jim.
Damn. I won't even talk about him at that time. But if he has a lot of female friends, right? And you are okay. I mean, you are with him, but you have an issue with that. But you didn't vocalize it, or you didn't choose to have that conversation. Do not complain.
Right.
All right. It's already been set in stone. Because
if you do have that conversation and they agree, like, oh yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I don't want you to feel that way. So he pulls back on that. Then you're good. But if he doesn't pull, like if he says he's gonna do it and then he doesn't, don't ignore that.
Yeah.
Just be like, all right, we already talked about it, and I already gave you like, let's say, however many, like set your number of chances, and that's it. As soon as he meets that number, just be like, peace. I'm gonna go find someone that doesn't do this shit.
Or if he decides, you know, hey, they're my friends. You know, they were here before you. I don't feel like I should have to get rid of them. You should be able to respect that too. And then, you know, if you're like, hey, I can't do that, so we can't be together, that's cool.
Yeah,
right?
that's completely fine is the thing. Like, you will find, so most likely you will find someone else.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, when it comes to guys, if a girl says, like, no, I like to go out. I like to go out and dance and have fun and everything like that, I'm not going to stop that. If you're not comfortable with it, you know, I'm sorry. Walk away.
Yeah.
It is okay. All right, don't torture yourself. That's all that happens. Let me tell you, because I've seen it firsthand, every situation in a club where a nigga is angry, it's because his girl is getting fucking destroyed somewhere else. All right?
Oh, man, I was at this party one time, and I was like a kid or something. I don't know whose party it was, but this dude's girl, I guess, was dancing with some other dude or whatever. Mm-hmm. Had no idea. All of a sudden, the girl's dude came up with a bottle and just went, bah, like right in his fucking head. Glass everywhere. They started fighting, all this crap. Your story just reminded me of, like what you just said reminded me of that. It was crazy. The party was over. We packed up and left. But that shit was crazy.
My own cousin, again, another New Year's Eve, my own cousin had a girl up against the wall and she was throwing it back on that nigga. And he was catching all that shit. And then I went to the bar just because I wanted to get some water. And there's this guy next to me who looks perturbed. I'm like, damn, what's wrong with him?
First of all, what's perturbed mean?
Very annoyed, bothered. Not angry, but just like, fuck. I can't believe it. But he looked very perturbed, and I went, got my water, kind of chilled next to him a little bit, and then my girl came over, and then we started dancing and everything. Went back to the bar, and then I realized when I went back to the bar, the girl that my cousin was with was at the bar with the guy. And I was like, oh shit, that was your girl.
You were just letting it happen?
You just let that happen, man?
Damn.
Like, but of course...
It's cool we take that energy back to the bedroom. We're just that couple.
he's all like, oh yeah, you like that nigger dick, huh? I'll be your nigger tonight. He gets real racist and starts making like fucking monkey noises. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, and they both come so hard.
Ah, God. They used my cousin. He was a pawn. No, like, he was really, like, bothered by it. I could tell, right? And then I was just like, one, why'd you allow that? Two,
how are you still with a person that does that?
But then it goes back to what we just said. Clearly, all right,
Yeah.
he likes her so much that he's just living with it. He's like, whatever. And I'm like, couldn't be me.
See, that's the thing, too, because if you have these conversations that we're talking about and, like, things are agreed upon or things are like, oh, no, then split up right there, because the longer you wait, the more your lives get intertwined, the harder it's going to be, the more you feel like, fuck, why are they doing this for me? The shitter you feel and the shitter you get as a person, too.
But see, I feel like there's also that fear from people because they like the person or whatever, that they don't want to have that conversation, because then it's like they know it's not going to change. So then at that point, it's like, okay, I'm not going to have the conversation. I just want this to continue, and hopefully it'll stop somehow, or she'll fucking die.
I think that stems from, like, being afraid to be alone, which people shouldn't be, because it goes back, because a lot of people say this. A lot of people fucking say this. I don't know how true it is for them, but, like, oh, you got to learn to, like, if you don't love yourself, how you expect anyone else to love you?
Yep.
It's just like, if you're afraid to be alone, then you clearly don't like yourself or love yourself, whatever. So once you do, you start seeing, like, the world's a lot different. Like, the attention you get, the people you attract towards you are going to be a lot different.
I would agree. I'll double down on that, but I also want to say that I know some people, when it comes to, like, that self-love thing, they do, depending on your upbringing and shit like that. I know there's some people who have issues with that because they were raised a certain way, or they weren't valued or taught self-love, so then it's kind of difficult for them to love themselves. That's why they always need to be around someone or need someone's validation. So let's stop that right now. All right, people, women, all right, you do not need male validation. All right, you guys are all beautiful, smart, intelligent, independent. You do not need us. Okay, let's make that very clear. You don't need us. Now, of course, I know that you guys like us, so it's cool to be with us, which is cool, right? But you don't need us, all right? So please stop trying to look for validation in us, because let me tell you something about us as men, all right? We don't care. I know that sounds harsh. As a man, I'm a male apologist, all right? I will not deny it, but we don't care, okay? When I say we don't care, I mean we'll care when you're with us. We'll care about you when you're riding along and everything, but as soon as you decide that this ain't working for you, or we feel like this ain't working for us, we're not going to care, all right? The differences between men and women when it comes to relationships is women can detach themselves quicker than men, but men can be detached throughout a relationship, if that makes sense, right? So a woman can't be detached in a relationship.
Right.
She's either going to find a way to get out of it, or she's going to make you know that, look, this ain't working.
Right, like the whole, like, men could fuck someone and have no emotional attachment.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what that means in a nutshell, right? So a man can be detached in a relationship where he's like, all right, this person I'm with, I do love her, but my feelings for her aren't strong. I don't want to hurt her or anything like that, but it's like I don't have strong feelings for her, but I love her as a person. Like, I have no problem taking care of her and whatever and caring for her, but my actual, like, my, I guess, loyalty, my morals towards her are not the same because I'm detached from her at this point. Like, either there's something with her that we just aren't clicking anymore, or something in me that I'm like, you know what? Yeah, we're cool with just being how we are, which is like, we're being together, you know, we go out, we have fun with each other. Basically, like, a lot of men make their girls like their best friend as they go find girls. Fucked up, all right, hashtag sell them cheap. But it's fucked up, but that's what happens, right? So a lot of dudes will, that was dope when I just thought of it.
Oh my God, I'm deep.
pat myself on the back for that
smart.
one. But it's like, yeah, for real. Like a lot of dudes will make their girl their best friend, and then they'll go out and then cheat with the one they want to be their girl.
Yeah, shitty people do that. People do that. Yeah, not saying that yeah, clear it up. Not everyone does that shit.
Everyone does that, but yeah, it does happen. That's why I'm trying to say, ladies, self-love. All right, love yourself. All right, do not let a man dictate your worth.